I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm really disappointed today as a Digimon Tamers fan. People who have been on this channel know that Digimon Tamers is probably my favorite anime of all time. I really love this series a lot and I've been wanting to see a sequel for it for a really long time. And apparently on Odaiba Day, this was supposed to be the 20th anniversary of the series and there was a Digifest going on. I was like, okay fine, that's really amazing. Maybe we'll get some sort of an information about Tamers. Maybe someday we will get a sequel for the Tamers series, just a movie or anything, basically anything about Tamers, and I was really happy about it. I logged onto the internet. I was about to go on Twitter to see what exactly was going on. I had the Digimon subreddit open as well because I knew that I was not going to immediately get translations or English translations for this particular thing. There's a difference between the Pokemon and the Digimon series. The Digimon series is not always readily available for fans outside of Japan. But lo and behold, oh my goodness, what the hell was going on here? I'm really disappointed and please let me be real here. I'm not even bothered about political stuff here. I don't care if someone is left leaning or right leaning. Mostly those terms don't even matter in my country. I'm not from the US. Both of these terms mostly matter in the US because of liberal politics and conservative politics. They don't really necessarily apply here in India where I am from. Here the definition is a little bit different. So honestly, I'm not even bothered about all of these political really stuff. What I was really interested about here was just the anime. I just wanted to see what was going on with my favorite series of all time in the form of Digimon Tamers. I was sort of happy because Chiaki Jekonaka, the writer, was supposed to appear in this thing. But at the back of my mind, I was also having a little doubt because he was going to be reading out his CD drama, which was initially released back in 2018. Again, in these matters, there's a difference between the Digimon and Pokemon franchise. Because in this day and age of the internet, we didn't actually get an official English sub for this CD drama for quite a long time, and we had to sort of rely upon the fan subs. And according to that, this CD drama was not really the best thing at all. It sort of rewrites the story, and in a way it was not really giving a good conclusion to the open-ended ending which Tamers initially had, where in the cave we did go on to see some sort of a hint or a foreshadow that yes, the digital world might be available. Moreover, according to the fan subs, I sort of learned that the plot is somewhat around that current Takato, that is Kid Takato, is going to go into the future, and this is some sort of a dystopian future where he's going to help adult Rika and adult Henry. So that was somewhat the plot of this CD drama. I mean, I'm like, fine, it's not really the best thing ever, but it's something. So maybe in future, someday in future, 5 years down the line, they are going to do maybe a sequel for it. But now after really learning about these things, I'm like, what the hell, Digimon Tamers doesn't deserve these things. I mean, on one hand, we have Digimon Adventure series, a really amazing series which I really enjoy. It's not my favorite. Tamers will still remain my favorite series of all time, but still I really love Digimon Adventure as well. But holy shit, the difference between Tamers and Digimon Adventure is really outstandingly high because Toei is just concerned about adventure. Back in the day, we got the Tri-series of movies. There was a bunch of series of movies which we got. Then we got the conclusive movie in the form of Last Evolution Kizuna. Then we are now getting a 0-2, like a sequel for Last Evolution Kizuna, which is going to feature the cast of Davis and the 0-2 kids, and preferably even also going to contain some sort of cameos from Taichi and the other characters of the original cast as well. Then back in 2020, we also got the reboot series for Adventure. And now we are getting a new series altogether in the form of Ghost Game. So yeah, nothing about Tamers, literally nothing about Tamers. After seeing the 2020 reboot series for Adventure, like I was thinking back in the mind that maybe Tamers will get eventually something, but holy shit, no, something like that never really happens. And honestly, I'll tell you, as a Digimon Tamers fan, I'm really disappointed today because now let's talk about what exactly is going on here. To be frank, I still believe that some of this controversy is a little blown out of proportion. I do understand where Chiaki Jekonaka is coming from because he has sort of implemented topics and themes like this in the past in almost every series which he has worked upon. In Tamers as well, we had these conspiracy theories. We had the Millennium Bugs sort of implemented in the form of the D-Reaper. If you know about the Millennium Bug, the 2000 bug, then you definitely understand what I'm trying to talk about here. That was sort of the basis for the D-Reaper, as well as some other conspiracy theories back in the day. So Digimon Tamers, especially Tamers, really had topics like these, and I was a huge fan of it. I also watched some other anime series and other media which involves popular conspiracy theories as well, because it's fun. It's introduced in a fun concept. I'm a very open-minded person. I don't really care about these stuff. I'm just interested in a good story which is implemented properly with good characters, good moments, and just that's it. I don't really care if it is left-leaning or right-leaning or whatever. Personally, I'm an atheist, but even if the story features a god or anything, I'm fine with that, because as long as the story is good, as long as the characters are good, I'm absolutely fine with it. I don't care. Similarly, in Lane as well, Serial Experiment Lane, there were some heavy conspiracy stuff going on, and that was fine. And because of this, I do believe that the real person who is Chiaki J. Konaka must be subscribed to, or at least someone who knows about conspiracy theories, someone who finds them interesting. I have myself watched a lot of conspiracy theories documentaries on YouTube, and I just find them interesting. I'm not saying that it's true or anything, but I just find them interesting. It's fine, people can question stuff, but here it's just obnoxiously on the face, and this is not even storytelling at this moment. Some people will say that yes, this is exactly what he was trying to say, that how toxic the cancel culture really is, and I agree that the cancel culture is toxic. It's absolutely toxic, where it doesn't give people to defend themselves. But then again, what the hell is this? This is not a story which Tamers deserves. This is the 20th anniversary. You have to understand it from the context of everything. This is the 20th anniversary of Digimon Tamers, possibly one of the most popular series of Digimon, because a lot of people thought that Digimon Adventure was too kid-centric, too kid-focused, and for a lot of people, Tamers was the perfect blend of light-hearted humor as well as the dark, undertones of a story. That is one of the major reasons why I love Tamers so much. Like, if you have seen the jury scenes, if you have seen the entire Leomon conversations and the Magidramon stuff, they were really dark. The entire undertone of Belzebumon was also very dark and depressing. So yeah, I really love Tamers a lot. I've made videos about Tamers in the past. I was almost making a video about what should ideally be the next sequel for Tamers as well. But now, this is just obnoxiously on the face, and what should I say? It's just sad. It's honestly sad. I'm not trying to attack Konaka here. He can have whatever opinion he really has, although it's a little bit disturbing because again, I am not 100% sure about this because all of these things are in Japanese, but apparently using Google search and some other fan subs, he is really subscribed to the anti-vax theories and some of the other 9/11 conspiracy theories, which I personally do not agree with. But then again, I would give him the benefit of doubt. Every person can be subscribed to their own thought processes. I'm giving him the benefit of doubt here, for sure. I'm not attacking him or anything, but my only point of view here is that for a 20th anniversary, Digimon Tamers doesn't deserve this. When we compare all of these things to Adventure, it just fades in comparison. Adventure got a reboot series, Adventure got a series of movies, a finale movie, a sequel to this finale movie, and what is Tamers getting in comparison to that? Like a literally BS on the face story, like reading, livecast reading. Because here, literally here, the final villain, the quote-unquote final villain is called political correctness, and his special move, special attack is called here cancel culture. This is not good storytelling. This is obnoxious, on the face, and hilariously bad. Like, remember back in the day, like I think it was last year itself, Marvel released 2 new superheroes on whom we laughed our asses out. Those 2 superheroes were called Safe Space and Snowflake. Yeah, Safe Space and Snowflake. I laughed my ass off on those 2 characters, and similarly Marvel and DC have been doing some really, really obnoxious things in the past, which are really laughable, honestly laughable, and it alienates their main core audience. Similarly here as well, I was expecting to see a story about Tamers, the continuation of Tamers, Takato and the other guys. I was not really interested in subscribing to the conspiracy theories of the writers. Again, I'm giving Konaka the benefit of doubt here. He's absolutely fine to have whatever ideologies he's following. I'm not gonna attack him upon that. I've learned it the hard way. Now I differentiate a work from its creator. That is the case for Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, but I don't really care anything about what J.K. Rowling says. I'm not really interested about her. The only series which I love is Harry Potter. I'm not really concerned about J.K. Rowling. So that is the same thing here. I've come to the terms to differentiate a piece of work from its creator, writer, actor, or whoever is involved behind the scene, because a human being essentially has or can have his own sort of belief system. That is totally fine by me. I'm no person to question another person about his or her beliefs. But at the same time, when we are talking about a show, when we are talking about a series, we have to see it from the point of view of the series. I don't care if Konaka subscribes to conspiracy theories like these, because he has in the past added conspiracy theories like these to the Tamers series as well. You know what? On this topic, it would have been really amazing if Konaka actually introduced this particular plot point about future censorship in a little bit different manner. One series which right out of the bat comes to my mind is Shimoneta or Simoneta. I'm sorry, I can't really pronounce it. I'm adding the picture here. This was an Ichi series essentially, but still it really involved some pretty interesting stuff. It was about a future, about a sort of dictatorial like future where a lot of things are banned and censored, and basically ero stuff are not allowed in this future because of the public morals and health. And therefore there's a group of ero terrorists who are trying to break free from these norms, who are trying to restore the normal human life, the normal ero life. So again, it was not really the best of the concepts or best of the implementations, but the core thinking here is really interesting about a future dictatorial regime which is censoring every free stuff, free will, and just that's it. It's a very cool concept. If Tamers or a sequel of Tamers actually introduced something like that, it would have been really cool and really mature for a series like Digimon. But what we are getting here is just on the face. Sure, Konaka could have gone on to introduce a culture or let's just basically introduce a story which involves exactly this particular plot, but in a more grounded, traditional storytelling pattern, with a plot, with a climax, with an anti-climax, with character-driven narrative and whatnot. But on the other hand, we are just getting a generic villain here who is called political correctness, who has a special attack in the form of cancel culture. That's just obnoxious, and it's just sad. As a Digimon Tamers fan, I'm just feeling sad today because it's just heartbreaking for me. And I'm making this video raw and unedited, and yeah, that's it. I don't really know what to say anything more than that. It's really annoying, and it's depressing kind of. It's really kind of depressing. I really wanted to see some sort of a continuation for Digimon Tamers. It's still going to be one of my favorite series of all time. That's never going to subside or anything, but it essentially kills off my dreams about a potential future Digimon Tamers sequel, unless maybe Toei decides to do something else. Toei or Bandai, whoever is behind exactly the scenes. But yeah, for a Digifest, for a 20th anniversary, Digimon Tamers didn't deserve this, honestly. It deserved more. Takato, Guilmon, everyone deserved more. It's just sad. It's just sad.